Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about how we can get data from the Redux store and display it in our components. So I've got this user list component, and if you look in the app, you can see that that's right here. Right now, it's just hard-coded to say the name of the component. And so what we want to do is actually get some data from our Redux store. So I'm going to go ahead and hard code some data in here. I'm going to say the bio. I'm going to say Austin at test.com, Austin Chapel. Let me save that. I should have that now in my Redux store. There it is. Okay, so I do see that data in Redux. And so now the way that we import data is we have to import something called connect. And so that comes from React Redux. And then what Connect does is it's basically a wrapper for your component. And so you're going to do at least one thing whenever you are using this Connect feature of React Redux. And so you're going to create a function called map state to props. That's going to pass in state. And then that's going to return an object. And then whatever you pass in here, this state is referencing the overall state of your Redux store. And so I could go state.userReducer, and then I could have access to things in here. So for now, I'm just going to say user. And then remember, this is an object that I'm returning, so I've got to use object syntax. So now I can say state.userReducer, and that should give me the entire user reducer object. However, I don't have access to it yet because, as I said, this connect is a wrapper for your component. So you're going to say connect. You're going to pass in. It's think of it like a method, and so the first thing you're going to pass in is this map state to props, and then you're going to chain onto that your component. And so now, if I were to go in here and say console log user list props, I should have access to that user reducer. Let me see. Go to the console. There it is, user list props. I've got the user right there. Okay. This dispatch, that's another thing that's available to us with Redux. We'll talk about what that is later on in this video. But as you can see, I've got this info here. And so now, if let's say I wanted to display this, I could say name. Let me first store this. We're going to say const user equals props. This is destructuring. I'm extracting the user from the props. So now I'm going to say user dot first name and user dot last name, and then we'll do email user dot email, and then bio user.bio. See what that looks like? There it is. So we've got the data that we're pulling from the Redux store. We're passing it in as props, and then it just works like normal props as if you were passing them in from the parent of this component. The great thing about this is all you have to do to have access to anything in your Redux store. And so in the next video, we're going to break this down a little bit more and start using our API to get our list of users.